Yo, what's up, gentlemen? So I'm sitting down and making a 7-point checklist for the perfect date. This is going to be everything leading up from the first point of the date, of like suggesting the date, how to suggest the date in the best way, the place to pick, how to run the date in a proper way. It's a 7-point checklist that I think will really help anyone here that's getting dates. What I wanted to show you today is just 1 point from this, because I need to get I need to get a video up today, and I thought this was a really cool, like, just quick training. Okay, so I'm going to show you here the basically the best way to sit next to a girl on a date. So depending on the table, because there's like 3 types of tables that you can sit at any given place, then this is how you should be sitting. So I'm going to hop over, I'm going to flip my camera around, and I'll show you guys. All right, so these are the at least indoor seating options at most places, okay? And what I want to show you in this video is how to sit next to the girl. So the first thing that is really important, if you're going to be a leader on the date, you need to choose which table to sit at. And so I'm going to show you the table that is actually the best for the date. So it really depends on how she's reacting. So if she's super attracted to you, super into you, then you're going to want to pick a booth, okay? And the way you sit next to her at the booth is just sit right next to her, okay? If she's super into you right away and she's like leaning in when you give her a hug, I always greet the girl with a hug when I'm on a date. If she like leans into you really hard, then I'll just pick a booth, all right? If it's kind of more neutral, then I will pick this type of seating, right? And the way you want to sit at this type of table is like this. Sit diagonal, okay? Because you're close enough, you're kind of next to each other, but it's not like there's this giant space separating you guys, okay? And that's super important. The most awkward, unless it's like a bar where you're standing, and if you're both sitting at the bar, sitting like this at the bar is the most awkward, but it's the best way to do it if there's only seating at the bar, okay? And these are the best ways to sit next to a girl on a date. So she's super into you, go with the booth, just sit right next to her. If it's neutral, choose this option, okay? And if there's no other option, choose the bar. If you're sitting outside on like a patio, there's almost always like patio furniture. So like, we'll just call this a couch, right? You can just sit right next to her. If there are maybe 2 patio chairs on the outside, say like there's this big table here, these are already taken, sit next to her. Don't have her sit over here and you sit on the patio chairs over here, because you're trying to be like too nice and shit, and you're not trying to like be weird or whatever. It's way more weird to assume that like this is better than this, okay? I want to make sure that you guys understand this. This is all going to be a part of the 7-point checklist in that I'm going to come out with actually in just the next couple days. I'm going to film that video later today, but I wanted to show you guys this and how to handle proximity on dates, and really just how to run the date. And I think if you take anything away from this, it's that like you need to break yourself out of the matrix and realize that like you can choose where you sit, okay? Like people are going to ask, like, you know, it's going to say wait to be seated, and most people assume that you can't choose, but you literally can. You can just be like, hey, could we get this table? Could we get one of these tables? And then she'll be like, oh yeah. And if she says no, it's like, okay, that's fine. We'll take the booth. We'll take what we can get. But it is in your hands. So I want you to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, comment below, let me know what you want to see from me in the future, what questions you have for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.